What is up, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. So this is after a few hours. Sorry, I did not film my intro beforehand, but this is after about 9 hours of wearing foundation, and I'm about to take it off, but I'm about to tell you guys what video I'm going to be doing today. So today I'm going to be reviewing a foundation, which I love to do nowadays, because I don't know why, but I'm always up for finding a new Holy Grail foundation. So is this one it? I'm not sure yet. But this is the Bobbi Brown Skin Longwear Weightless Foundation SPF 15. I'm in the shade Zero Porcelain, so I hope this one is the correct shade for me. I have not tried anything from Bobbi Brown before, so this is definitely a first review and first test of the brand itself too. So if you want to see what I thought of this foundation and all that it claims to do, then keep on watching. So now we are going to get started. So for foundation today, we're going to go in with the Bobbi Brown Skin Longwear Weightless Foundation Broad Spectrum SPF 15 foundation right here. So honestly, I am pretty excited about trying this because I have never bought anything from Bobbi Brown before, and I really wanted to try this because I saw that there was a lot of skin tone colors that they had. So there's a lot of colors to choose from, and I just really wanted to try it because I've heard so many good things about this formula for this foundation. So I am in the shade Porcelain Zero. There is a double zero, so if you're a little bit lighter than me, that's awesome. They do have a shade for you. They have a pretty damn good shade range for this foundation, I would think. So let's just talk about what this product does first before we put it on. So this is a 16-hour wear full coverage foundation with a natural multi-dimensional matte finish that's comfortable, breathable, and weightless. It says right here, created through a high-speed cold fusion process. This ultra silky emulsion features a perfectly balanced blend of skin-loving ingredients, oil-controlling actives, and skin-true pigments. Incredibly smooth and blendable, it glides on with a second skin feel and multi-dimensional matte finish. And tested in extreme heat and humidity, this 16-hour formula is waterproof and sweat and humidity resistant. Flexible coverage, won't crease or streak, and stays color true. So it says right here, treated skin true pigments suspended in an emollient gel base float on skin, reflecting light to enhance skin's natural contours and dimensions. Instantly conceals redness, discoloration, and pores with full yet natural coverage. If it'll cover this, I'll be really happy about that, okay? Paraben-free, sulfate-free, whatever-free, sulfite-free, vegan-friendly, and gluten-free, dermatologist-tested, and non-acneogenic. That's great. I love that it's also a vegan-friendly product. So, anyways, since we're done pretty much talking about that, I'm sorry if that ran on for a little longer, we're just going to go right into this foundation. Now, like I said, I've never tried anything from Bobbi Brown before, so I really don't know how I'm going to feel about this foundation, but I can already tell you right now, the bottle is absolutely gorgeous. I have not used this yet, and we are going to definitely try it on camera and see what happens. I'm going to give it a good shake before we get started. Now let's just get right started to this. I already primed my face. I used the Smashbox Moisturizer Primer because I am more on the drier side. Obviously, if you've seen my videos before, you know that I am more of a drier skin person, but I do like a matte finish foundation just because I don't like my face to look really greasy or too much. So let's just see how multi-dimensional this matte finish is. Okay, so that was really just a small pump. You can definitely still see my redness through it. So right now I'm definitely getting more of a medium coverage. So now it is time for me to just kind of apply just a little bit more foundation to see how much more coverage I can get out of it. After a second pump, the coverage is still full in some areas and not full in others. Like, I'm still seeing my redness peek through right now, which like I said, is one of my biggest insecurities, is that I don't like my redness peeking through when my foundation is on, because then of course my contour and blush would just look off because there's like that redness peeking through. So I think I'm going to apply just a little bit more right there just to see if it will give me a little bit more coverage. But for right now, the coverage is looking really good everywhere else. Like, it's giving me like really true to my skin kind of like a finish. I'm liking that it looks like my skin can breathe through it, if you know what I mean, but at the same time, I just want my redness to be more concealed. So I definitely will apply just a tiny bit more and blend it all out and see how it looks after that. Now that I have a third layer on certain areas, I'll have to say that that does not do anything negative. Adding a third layer is definitely not going to make a difference with anything like that, so it's really good. I'm glad it didn't dry too fast so that I could apply a third layer without it being like too cakey or creasy or anything like that. So far, no cakiness, no creasing. Right around here, around my mouth, it's already pretty dry, so it is emphasizing that just a little bit, but that's not really that negative because whenever I shave right there, that always gets a little bit dry, so what can you do? I mean, that's just going to happen because I have facial hair. But other than that, everywhere else, it looks actually pretty good. It didn't really cover up my redness still, so I will have to just apply a concealer over top of that just to kind of neutralize that. But other than that, everything else looks pretty good on my face so far. So I guess we'll just have to continue on with the face and see what happens. Now my brows, my face is completely done. Everything is on except for my eyes. I'll be doing that separately. But really quickly before everything is said and done, I'm having a really bad skin day. I'm going to say this right now. I should have exfoliated this morning and I did not because there are days where I just don't really want to do that and I want to skip it. So I regret skipping that today. But I'll have to say, everything looks pretty damn good. I think that the foundation is a perfect match. It's not too pale like a lot of my foundations that I have right now. It's not too pale, but so far so good. It does look pretty damn good so far. I'm liking that it's giving me just a good amount of coverage. My skin just is having a really bad skin day today, but I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on the product later on tonight as well as how long it wore. So I will definitely give you guys another check-in in a little while, and of course I'll give you guys a check-in after work and give you guys my final thoughts on how this foundation wore and how it's looking so far. So now my whole face is pretty much done. If you want to see the look that I did, I will be posting it on my Instagram page because I want to do a little bit more of those Instagram tutorial kind of things. So that'll be on my Instagram. But now the foundation has been on for about 2 hours now, and I will say so far so good. Does not look separated, does not look cakey, doesn't look like it's creasing or anything like that. My concealer creased just a little bit under my eye. I'm using the Kylie concealer, and I like the formula of it, but there's something about it that kind of does crease under my eye. Maybe just because I have the little lines right there. I don't really care. Whatever. My redness is not looking nearly that like severe because I have the contour over top of it, so it's really not looking terrible, but I'm just loving the way that my skin does look with this foundation. Now, I am really having a bad skin day today, so I'm going to exfoliate and try this foundation again, but I want to give it a true wear test today since I will be going to work. So, from first impression standpoint, the foundation still looks pretty good. So now I am back home. Do not look at my eyelashes. This eyelash is coming right up, and I am not caring. This lipstick is not wanting to stay on. Do not care. Do not feel like redoing anything because I'm about to take this off in just a little moment. So I thought that whatever. You know what? Everybody has their imperfections, and I'm not going to try to re-glue a lash or reapply lipstick before I finish a video when I'm about to take the makeup off. So, sorry, a little bit lazy, whatever. Anyways, so it has been now about 9 hours. 9 hours since applying this foundation. Looking close up, around my nose, there's a little bit of separation, but honestly, it stayed put. Like, more than most foundations do around my nose area. It just really stayed put. A little bit of expression lines at my forehead, but that is just fucking normal because I do this a lot when I do expressions. And then right around my redness looks pretty good. Right around my mouth looks pretty good. Like, I will have to say, right now, for as long as this foundation has been on, even at work or not, this is the best my skin has ever looked after applying a foundation like 9 hours later. Like, honestly, this is the best it's looked. My lips and my eyes could do a lot better, but honestly, this is the best that my skin has looked after wearing a foundation. Like, I'm actually really shocked by that. Like, even right around my nose area, it just looks really good. Like, I'm surprised. Like, I'm a face toucher. After a few hours, I touch my face, I do this, I do that, I do this. Like, you know, I, like, sneeze a lot because I have really bad allergies. And so, that's just what happens. So, I'm actually pretty shocked just by looking at that. At first, I was like, oh, this foundation's okay. It's not that fantastic, whatever. But looking at my skin in the way that it's actually sat on my face, I'm like, oh my god, this foundation is actually pretty good. So I wasn't too crazy about not being able to cover my redness, but I will be trying different ways to apply this. I'll be trying it again and seeing if it will cover later on in the future without having to do 3 layers. And if not, whatever, it'll be more of a medium to full coverage no matter what. I just think that this foundation actually looks pretty good, and it just makes my skin look refreshing looking. Does that make sense? It looks refreshing. Like, I will have to say though, the color looks pretty good. I'm hoping that's not too yellow. I was thinking in certain lighting it does look a little bit on the more golden side, but right now it looks pretty good. So I think we're okay. I think it's a pretty good foundation. So honestly, do I recommend this foundation to you guys? I would say yeah, if you're looking for a medium to full coverage, oil controlling, you know, mattifying foundation that's meant for all skin types. I think that this is really nice. I am more on the drier side, but it did not cling to any dry spots, even with my non-exfoliating face. It did not cling to my dry spots. It definitely is a really nice foundation. Pleasantly surprised. I thought this was going to be an okay thing, or if it was not going to work out, but it worked pretty good. So I actually like it. I mean, I'm going to have to try to play with this a few more times before I get a really good vibe from it. But from right now, I'm liking this foundation. This one is $46, so it's a little bit up there in price, but you can buy this one at Sephora or in Bobbi Brown's freestanding stores if you live anywhere near one of those. So yeah, I actually really do like this foundation. I really do. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you thumbs it up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the very, very near future. Love you. Bye.